Hey friends, Jewel back with another super cool astrology video, and I wanted to talk today about men with their sun in the sign of Cancer. What happens when we see this in an astrology chart? So the sun is our expression and our warmth and our ego and a lot of what we identify with in the world. And what we see as me and what we want to be appreciated for being and for showing up as and representing. So the sign of Cancer is, the original feeling of the fourth house and what that is all about. And that's, home and family, sensitivity, where we're fed, where we're nurtured, where we are our most subjective. And so when we have somebody having their sun come through the lens of Cancer, they are very much looking for comfort and connection in their lives. Intimate bonds and relationships go a long way towards strengthening their sense of self. They're strongly geared towards gaining a sense of satisfaction in this life. And Cancer man, if he does not feel like his needs are being met or that he is being fed properly by the environment around him, the people around him, this is when he can become very irritable and crabby, difficult to deal with, emotional. And he very much blossoms under tender attention, especially that of females. He has a lot of more feminine qualities with the sun coming through the lens of Cancer, and typically loves women, identifies more with females than with males, is more comfortable with women than men a lot of times. Very much develops a sense of himself through his connection with others and how he interfaces with the environment, how the environment then returns his asking for his needs to be met. And so Cancer man is known to cause some amount of imbalance or drama in his environment or the world around him with the way that he behaves. And he can be very emotional, not very objective, and not very reasonable either, because he is, very driven towards emotional displays and emotional behaviors. His identity very much, identifies with being emotional. And so he's really learning to balance his emotions by becoming more self-sufficient and learning to self-soothe in this lifetime. So, Cancer is always known for being needy, and that can be the case. And Cancer man tends to recognize this tendency, at least later in life, and will attempt to address it, because in that we find ways of building our own strength, the strength of his own character through his own actions and pursuits. So, he's very much, having the ego and the identity come through Cancer. We have a tendency to try to get our environment, the people around us, to bring our ego and expression to us. And so this is why Cancer man can be known as clingy Cancer. And he becomes more masculine, more attractive, more self-sufficient as he gets some toughness that comes from learning to self-soothe. And he really, Cancer man, can become the total package, because we see somebody that's naturally sensitive, naturally romantic, and when he can, start to take some responsibility for his own expression and his own ego and his own happiness as a result, then he becomes somebody that can also be relied upon to bring a certain amount of caring and stability to his own relationships. So he can be moody, and this is a behavior that really comes from waiting on the world to deliver his happiness or his soothing or his satisfaction. Because if his environment is off, if his home is off, if it's dirty, if it's cluttered, if it's lacking, if it smells, if it's not comfortable by his standards of what comfort is, he can be a real crab and can get very whiny and very difficult to deal with. And, he needs to feel his environment and the people around him, the people that he has intimate dealings with, and his home. He needs to feel that these are all a place of comfort and refuge. And this gets better his sense of being able to balance his own self regardless of what's going on in the environment, regardless of what his surroundings are, regardless of what the reactions are to him. As he gets older and starts to mature, because the fourth house, this is the house of our origins. Cancer represents our origins, and it is the energy that we grow up from. We grow from the fourth to being the things of the 10th. And so we grow from Cancer into Capricorn. And so he learns to not be so much at the mercy of his moods as he grows more towards self-sufficiency when it comes to his own feelings and his own expectation of how those feelings should be met. He will always be more sensitive, but learns to let a lot of that go, a lot go that would normally, throw him off kilter or put him in a place of feeling, desperate or moody or irritable. Things that'll throw him off kilter. This gets better with time, and he becomes somebody that is more giving rather than taking. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please subscribe to my channel. You can find me on the internet at truthandaspectastrology.com. You can find me on Facebook at Truth and Aspect Astrology, where you should be following me. So I do a lot of writing over there, and articles and writings on asteroids and all kinds of stuff, and birthday descriptions, daily astro weather forecasting, all that good stuff. So find me over there. And yes, I do private consultation, and I will be back super soon with more super cool videos. Bye-bye.